I feel like we got a pretty good start to build something overpowered. We initially cast leg wire, but as soon as that ends, it turns into a boulder. Also, they poison stuff as well, so we're gonna have a lot of poison lying around. But I really like the way we hit them with the first spell, and then it turns into a boulder and destroys them. So we just need like 3 or 4 of those boulders to fire at once. We're not gonna find it in that chest. At this rate, we're gonna have the whole ground envenomated, and that's gonna be a problem for everyone involved. We've also just got forced cooling, which we can add to our wand. That takes us from a cooldown of half a second to 0.35 seconds, so we can fire much quicker. If I want, I can also do something stupid like charge up and now fire up to that many boulders at once and poison myself, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of really like doing, so we'll try. That's gonna poison me way too much. So as funny as that is, we're just going back to rapid fire poison boulders instead. All damage plus 1% for every 3 coins you have. We get a lot of coins, so that's gonna come in handy. It's already time for our first boss fight. We've already missed with our first few shots. As soon as he holds still for a sec or dives into our poison, we'll absolutely rain boulders down on his head. He's come prepared with his own boulders. Great. We only have to hit him with a few of these to kill him, like he's basically already dead. Ow. So we made that look a little bit clunky, but we're doing a lot of damage. And we also have Rookie's Manual. Summoning spells cost 10% less than they normally do. So that's actually a really good summoning wand. And then we're going to stop by the shop to see if there's anything good here for us. And there's actually a very good potion, gain 25% of your coins, so we'll use that. We get a whole bunch laying on the ground. If I had thought about that, I could have used this to double the amount of coins on the floor. From the shop, I will buy a Mimic Cube. That can turn into any other spell, provided I put it beside it. That later on could come in handy. I think at this point, I'm also going to buy the brand new wand. It's basically like mine, but has more slots. But then I can put my Mimic Stone next to the cooling passive, so that way I can fire even quicker. And the enemies are really going to appreciate that kind of damage. All the while, I get to stay a safe distance away. And for the artifacts here, I'm actually going to take 50 MP. I already had a ton. We're already up to 200. Open a chest and found Magnifier. The radiance and influences spells and relics plus 20%. I think that means our boulders get bigger. At least I hope they do. We're only firing a single boulder so far, and look at the damage we're doing. We're just destroying everything. I also keep forgetting I have this spell that turns all the enemies into coins. So we'll do that real quick just to get a few coins and an easy victory. And we found a potion. Increase MP by -5 or plus 15. It would be great if we can get another 15. We did. We're up to 215 MP. So this is shaping up to be a pretty wild build. We also just got another summoning spell. I forgot entirely so far that I had one number 2, so I can also swap to that if I want some backup. I've entered an HP room because I figure at some point we're probably going to need a little more HP than 80. We got damage, we got MP, we need some HP. Boulders are really good against the centipedes though, because it just plows right down their whole body. Now we're up to 110 total HP, and we're going to go for more coins because coins equal damage. These guys are going to come toward me every time I hit them, so we're going to try and hit them from way far away. I like how I can just poison the entire level too, so everything just basically moves and dies. And normally you can't shoot boulders across the gaps because they'll fall down and die, but with this spell I can. My own poison has done far more damage than any of the enemies. Not that that's a surprise to anyone, I suppose. Look at the giant wall of poison. I could just keep going like this endlessly and everything's gonna die up there because there's just too much poison. The radius and influence of spells and relics plus 35%. We're just gonna need a little bit more space. It's already time for the next boss, which is the venomous spider egg. I've got venom of my own, so it might be in trouble. Whoops. I once again have poisoned myself. Look at all that poison. And the boss is dead. We also didn't make that look very easy, but we're throwing a lot of poison out, so I have a bit of a habit of hitting myself. Okay, we're going to take Witch's Broom over our current broom. It's got less MP, but we have tons, but it's got faster cooldown by quite a bit. And when we hold it, we change to a flying state. I don't know if that means I'm above the poison or not. Probably not. Oh, it does actually. I can't poison myself anymore. That's actually perfect. And the fire rate and cooldown on this is quite quick. There's a little bit of scatter, but that kind of works out well for me. Now I can play much more confidently without the risk of poisoning myself. It's not really great against a skeleton, guys, but I've got a solution for that. I just keep firing. If I want, I guess I could summon my things too, and then the summons could take care of all the idiots. They do actually work as a pretty good meat shield, to be fair. They do absorb a lot of the damage that would otherwise be coming my way. 8% chance for an enemy to drop a coin when they're killed. Coins give us damage, so that's going to give us more damage by the end of this. I also want to try, I've got the charge up thing, so if I charge this up, can I just go ahead and go like that? Yeah, we can. Great. Now you got all those tentacles to deal with. Those guys are going to blow up, so I'm going to sit over here, but the tentacles did their job. I didn't get hurt. I like how I can just cruise over top of all the poison. Everything else has to suffer through it. I don't love any of these relics, but I think I'm just going to take the lightning crown because it just seems like the easiest of me to use. And this is going to be a health room, so we're going to see if we can kill the bomber. Whoop, and we sure did. Oh, look at these guys. They're stuck in there. You know what? Let's go ahead and charge up a whole bunch of summons for them to deal with. It's definitely slow to charge up because of what it is. There you go. You guys can have an army of those things. Ooh, centipedes. We're good at these ones. Also, we're just going to fire randomly all over the room and just poison the life out of absolutely everything. Do still need some more MP recharge. We're still running out if I fire enough. And that's a problem because some of these rooms take longer than they have to because I just have to wait for a second to fire again. This room should be hard, but really we're just going to drop poison on top of everything and destroy them all with it. And that sort of just makes it really easy. And for my trouble, we got an expansion stone and hover. An expansion stone, I think this extends a wand, so it'll give it an extra 2 spaces. It knocks the damage down, but you can make that up. There's a curse room here. I don't really want to deal with either of those curses. Some of that stuff is actually fairly nice. But I'm also not sure how long it's going to be before I see a curse removal statue, so I'm not going to do that. This room's going to have the annoying skeleton, so I'm actually going to go ahead and summon up a bunch of summons to help deal with everything, just because I can't be bothered. So there's that many skeletons that are, tentacles that are tentacling the skeletons, and we're going to do the same for these guys. And then I can help finally. Yeah, the tentacles will block some damage for me, but you know what? Maybe it is just faster for me to destroy things. We got an epic projectile. That's got a big crit rate, restore 4 MP when hitting an enemy. I don't think that's going to help us much though. Especially if we're using 4, yeah, that's could be good, but we're going to shelve that away for now. This room would be annoying, but we got the damage to just plow through everything real quick. Like, things don't really have a chance to do much of anything, whoops, before they die anyway. We got another boulder. What I need is multi-shot so we can shoot multiple boulders at once. For now, we're just going to bully the ever-loving life out of this tentacle monster. He's going to hit us here, but that's fine. We'll just scoot around. He's over here now based on his shadow and poison. He's dead. We got brilliant fireworks and accuracy plus. Release the right spell 4 times when the left spell ends. So if I go like that, it releases little ones that go in all directions. That doesn't really work with our build, but we'll remember that's there because that might come in handy. For now, we're just continue bullying everything really badly. These eyeball things are normally really annoying. They probably still will be a little bit, but if I could just kill them and then poison the ground they walk on, that'll make it all the easier for us. Especially when they're in the corner, we could just go like that and spray poison bombs at them. Only a few more of these annoying things to go. Wish I had more explosives right now. You know what? Actually, let's bring some summons into this, occasion. And they can help deal with everything. Yeah, that's a little easier. And they help break everything up too, because they won't fire unless they're in a cluster together. Here's a good one. MP regen, 2 per second. That's gonna help. I keep forgetting I can levitate, so I don't need to dodge the pit traps, but I made a habit of doing that naturally. We got some pots coming in as well. Those are not a lot of fun to deal with, so we'll poison them. And we're left with the bag of money after it all. We have $125 so far. That's actually adding quite a bit of damage. So our attack is increased by 42%. But we need to get that a lot higher. I've also just realized I might have a way of stacking my spells. I thought about that while I was fighting all the ghosts for some reason. So this releases the right spell 4 times when the left spell ends. So when this one ends 4 times, it would fire out, I think, 16 rock projectiles then. Here's one to boost my summons that I rolled for, so we're going to put that on the summoning wand. Then we're going to try out our new spell setup to see if this is better or worse. So far, it's a little hard to determine. There's definitely a lot of chaos going on, so we're going to fire a bunch up there to help them along. The more boulders we can get up into that room, the better. So we just need to go up there as much as we can. We're also starting to get large angry skulls coming at us. Okay, this was better the other way, because this doesn't really work consistently and we run out of MP too quickly. We're going to send some little guys down to aid with that. Don't know where we just took damage from, don't really care. Idiot stick is dead. We took way too much damage doing that. 16% chance to drop a coin when an idiot dies. I should have also paid attention earlier. Accuracy plus comes with a 20% crit rate, so we're definitely adding that to our wand. Then I wanted to come into this room because we got some things we can combine. Magic bullet we're probably not going to use, but you never know. But I kind of wonder what happens if we re-roll an epic. We get another epic. Interesting. Oh, it's super expensive to re-roll though too. The MP cost of the first shootable spell on the right, 500%. Damage is halved, but scatters 20 times. But you see, I can work with that because the spell on its right costs very little MP anyway. Its damage is garbage anyway, but it releases boulders. So is it gonna scatter 20 times? Wow, that's gonna be crazy damage. Yeah, they did release boulders at the end. We could also just straight up do it with boulders. They would do less damage individually, but that's so much damage. We're going to try this both ways. First, the original way, just to kind of get a few of those out there. I need it also to be not crazy high in MP. But so far, that seems to be destroying. Because I'm pretty sure as soon as those other spells land, they're launching boulders. And that's definitely what's happening here. Yeah, I like this spell. This is going to be a good one. So we'll just keep firing this at idiots, and I'm pretty sure they'll all be eliminated very quickly. And here comes a big centipede, so that's even better for us because we could launch our spells right in there, 20 boulders at a time. I'm taking way too much damage just because I'm feeling way too confident. Our max HP is going up, so that will help. I think I'm actually going to try it just straight to the boulder this time. It doesn't seem to make a big difference MP-wise. I'm not entirely sure I'm understanding it. But what else is new? So we're just going to go like that, and it's going to auto-fire boulders at people and spread the whole room in many stacks of poison. Yeah, poison's going to be pretty unavoidable for all the enemies ever. And poison, I'm pretty sure, does stack, especially in this case, so they're going around getting more and more stacks of poison. Extra projectile speed might be interesting at this point, then these things can get to where they're going directly. We can open his chest, we're going to lose 1 coin every time we open a door. We're going to get a lot of coins back. I think I also just realized, if I stack Brilliant Fireworks next to Arcane Nova and the Boulder, so the spell on the right goes 20 times, which releases the spell at its right 4 times. So if I'm understanding this correctly, if we fire this, that's 80 boulders that are going to come out of that, which may or may not be accurate. The best way to test this naturally is going to be against the boss. That uses up a lot of MP, but whatever we hit with that's probably going to get hurt quite badly. So we'll go ahead and blast as many poison shots as we can at this, trying to fire in straight lines. Okay, that's not nearly as much damage as I thought it was. Me and my fun ideas, so we're going to change things on the fly and just go straight back to the straight boulder. That's a little better. That's more like it. And because, whoops, I'm taking lots of damage, we're going to save up some summons to throw on the ground to hopefully eat up some of this damage for me. That's really close. There we go. And we're going to do that again. That way they can just absorb damage. Anyways, we should really just be focusing on the good old boulder damage because this is really my bread and butter at this point. I keep forgetting when I switch to my summon spells too that I don't fly anymore once I do that, so I stand in my own poison. Wow, that thing's gonna get wrecked with poison. Lots of poison. Try not to sacrifice too much of my health now because this isn't gonna get any easier as time goes on. But what a fun build. He's gonna fire off his little doodad, so that gives us pretty good time to launch a bunch more poison at him. We're taking way too much damage with this build, but the chaos is fun, and he's dead. I think I'm gonna swap out my summoning book for the Rainbow Electric Net. That's gonna have a reduced MP cost anyway, and scatter doesn't matter. So one of the things I'm gonna do is also go like this, and that's gonna add electricity between all the projectiles. We could also try splitting it. Between the splitting and the electricity, that's not bad. That's a lot of extra projectiles going out that are dealing quite a bit of damage. And I'm going to need a bit more damage in AoE for this nightmare area. So we're going to go like that and just see how this feels at least. We're not going to be able to fire this off very often, but it's going to spread a lot of damage all over the map. Yes, I can confirm it's just too slow to fire right now. So we're just going to leave it back to this. There's still lightning between all the boulders, which is still a lot more damage than it was. We're going to have to deal with some of these guys, but they're going to get wrecked with boulders. I like how I just have to fire this thing once and it just goes absolutely crazy hitting everything. Whoops, definitely walked into 2 projectiles more than I should have. This build is so stupid, like it's so impractical and not actually good, but it's really fun. But at this point, I do think it also has immense potential, so if we find just a few small tweaks to this, we can get something really stupid going. I also just picked up Salvo, so that means I can add it to my summoning wand and really quickly summon this many things and go back to work. I wanted to go back to the basic boulder too, just to try see the difference here. I think I'm probably going to need the other spell with it though I can rapid fire stones, which is pretty funny. Well, I'll put some more summons down, they'll absorb some of the damage and whatnot. I could just sit back and relax and collect coins. I'm actually going to take reduced damage by 25% at this point, that's just going to help me. This is definitely a debatable choice, but I'm going to buy the storage wand. Simply because it comes with the Guardian wand, that means the attached wand will fight on my behalf. I did also get Spellbreaker with that, which is damage of 50. If we combine that with Brilliant Fireworks, every time we launch this spell, when they land, they're going to do the sword thing, and that puts the DPS up really quickly. That's also poison. So I kind of want to try this. I also made a strange machine gun thing out of my friend. My self-firing wand has Arcane Nova firing rainbow projectiles, which is kind of funny, but it's really not doing a lot of damage, so we're going to try and re-roll for a better projectile or something. Okay, after messing with everything for a minute, I've decided on this. I can hit my wand number 2 and summon everything 5 at a time. Then I can swap back to this build and super poison sword everything for big damage. Okay, so we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to really quickly summon everything I can and then go back to firing my poison swords at absolutely everything around me, and then my one wand is fighting all by itself anyway. So far, so good. It's getting a little hard to see. But my poison scissor thing is actually working really well, and it's hitting quite a large area too because we have bigger spells. Still running out of MP quicker than I would like. There's so many different combinations of what I can do right now. I'm actually overwhelmed with like the different strategies. But for now, at least I have 3 wands going. There's 20 more max HP, which we very much need. We'll get some more coins, which is going to add damage. I just need to remember in every floor to start by bringing all my summons out that I can, because they're going to absorb damage and do a lot of damage. And I'm really happy to be on my broom at this point, because this way I can't fall in those stupid holes that I always miss seeing. Anyways, that room's done. We actually have a key so we can go through this door should we want to. I don't know if I want to touch that. I guess I probably do. I'm just not really sure what it's going to do. Okay, good. We have to play dodge the shurikens. Oh, my summons can actually block them. Perfect. Maybe I can just stand in a circle of my summons. That was all maybe worth it. Charging mode plus. Because in theory, I could use that to fire something 12 times, and then it could be multiplied by Arcane Nova, which could then multiply into Brilliant Fireworks, which could then be multiplied by my split. So we could fire like probably hundreds of projectiles at once. Which would be pretty funny, but not that practical. I think I'm actually going to try that for a second just to see what that would actually do. So I got the spells built up, I think, how they're supposed to. It's just going to take a long time to charge this up, I suppose. Because of how many spells it is, this takes incredibly long to charge up. That was only 5. Oh, it didn't. That's cool. I really wonder if there's a way to implement this properly. Because every time I launch that off, that's got to be so much damage. Yeah, we're still doing that wrong. If I set it up correctly, just to use this once costs 291 MP, which we don't have. But if we have a cheaper spell, even a basic rainbow costs 194 to do once. Okay, I've got 10 charges built up. I just want to see sort of what that looks like. Yeah, that would break the game on 24 charges. 10 charges is about enough to do that. That's pretty fun. The problem is, by the time you stack all these spells up, you have to do with such a basic, like, that's only $9 per projectile. There's a lot of projectiles, but 9 damage isn't enough. With some electricity and stuff, though, that's not bad. Okay, I'm going to try my newfound spell. First, the summons, and then we're going to fire this thing off. That actually might be a lot of damage. It doesn't fire off very often, but it doesn't really have to. There's just a lot of poison and damage going out anyways. It's a little hard to say for sure with all the chaos going on, but I think I actually like this. There's a lot of different things going on. It's hard to actually see what's happening. Well, we somehow made that room look a lot easier. Wand number 3 just doesn't seem to want to regenerate its MP very fast because of all of its stuff. Immune to slow plus move speed 1. I'm also going to use move the Mimic Cube to my Venomous Crystal. That way we can get double poison damage going out, hopefully. Okay, we're running out of HP because we're taking a lot of stupid damage because it's really hard to see, but we're having a lot of fun doing it. It actually is a strong build. It's just not a very safe build. Well, damage-wise, it's good. Good is kind of a subjective term at this point. But as long as I keep a lot of summons out there, they actually absorb a lot of the damage for me, I think. I'm going to have to fire a few projectiles out and the whole world gets very poisoned. I don't know if this build is going to be good for bosses or not. Rebound. Rebound doesn't work down here because there's nothing to like rebound off of. I just morphed one thing into crit rate. I'm going to put that on my lowest thing. That way when they get crits, it's going to hit other idiots. We're going to try the boss. I'm going to drink a potion if I can real quick. Wow, that's way slower than I thought it was, but we're going to bring all these guys in. And then we're going to find out if this build is good for bosses or not. I'm hoping the poison damage stacks up incredibly quick, which it actually might. I think he's already defeated all of my summons, but we're going to put a bunch more of those back out and then shoot him with lots and lots and lots of poison, which so far seems to be working quite well. Not really sure what he's doing now. He can have some summons. They can all fight him. He's coming back. We're going to poison him a whole bunch more. We're being surrounded by a chain, so we'll bring the summons out and surround him. And interesting. So far, all of his barriers and stuff are basically defeated immediately. So we probably actually made that boss fight look easier than any of them. Next, we're going to the shop where we could definitely get to buy a discounted health to put some of our HP back. If I'm understanding Manic Fairy correctly, if I'm not holding it, it's going to get MP regeneration of 180%, which could be good for this last wand here that is forever out of MP. It didn't actually help with that much, but it did give a 310 total MP. So that seems perfectly fine to me. Actually, no, it's got 43.2 MP recharge. I guess I also didn't put the auto thing on, to be fair, yet. Once you put that on, that's going to knock it down. Still 17.3 with lots of MP, so this one's going to be a tank. Anyways, let's keep going to see if I just did something good or bad. For now, we're just going to wait our way in, trying not to take any damage at all. In between waves of enemies, I'm going to try and bring my summons back in to absorb that damage for me. I also gave my lowest auto wand the sword ability, but the swords are also going to stop for a second once they're done. So they're just going to sit there and do damage. That lowest wand is already out of MP again. It's forever out of MP. Okay, we're making some of these rooms look easy again, so I think that means we're doing good things. And normally rooms like this can be really annoying because of all the little guys that pop out, but they're getting destroyed almost immediately. Yeah, that room was easy. This one's actually really good. All damage increased by 1% for every 2 points of HP loss. We're basically always at half HP, so our damage is going to go up. A room like this would also be quite annoying under other circumstances, because there's lots of these big guys that can be really annoying to kill, but they're disappearing quite quickly now. So far it seems to be going well. We got lots of flaming tentacles that are really helping me out in a big way. Yeah, that room was also quite easy. Easier. Bigger is more damage for the sword. So that's up to 53 damage. We're also starting to get the hearts spawn in, but the giant hearts should be not too big of a problem for us considering we can poison them so goodly. Okay, here's another heart coming in. So all we got to do is fire a few of these at it, and I'm pretty sure they will get absolutely destroyed. Next, we're going to summon 3 elves that can intercept hostile projectiles. That's probably actually really, really good for me at this point. No, it's time for a boss fight. I think the final boss. I just realized I have another summon I haven't really been utilizing. But we'll go ahead and give this idiot a try again. So we're going to start with our summons, bring a bunch of them out, and then super poisonous thing, hopefully, like mega poisonous thing. So far, so good. He's already lost a lot of his HP to poison. And his general everything we're doing, because we have a whole plethora of different effects for him. He's already lost 30-40% of his HP, and we're once again going to poison him. I probably shouldn't be standing in this because we move backwards, so this is really annoying. And it's really fun that that effect lasts even after it's done. Oh, perfect. I can hide behind my summon somewhat here. I took way too much damage there, but he is actually almost dead. If my things could actually hit what they're supposed to, that would be great. I don't know what those were aiming at, but it wasn't him. That's a lot of projectiles from him as well. He's using my strategy. That's not fair. Okay, we need some summons back out to protect. Okay, we're moving backwards. We're moving backwards, but he's almost dead. Just about got him. Still moving backwards. Is he dead? He's dead. That was a really stupid build. Front to back, all the way through, but we made it work, and now we get an old man's heart.